Okay, hi, we are live. Rabbi Brian, let me get ready. Hey, okay, ready, everyone? I can't believe I only just discovered this. Here we go. Ready? Thank you, George. Today is the 19th of July, 2025. The topic that we will be looking at is being seen, but we're not up to that yet. I'm Rabbi Brian. I have a different way of looking at religion. And the different way I have of looking at religion is that this is all and should be all about learning to love and learning to be kind. With regard to group affiliation, that is a far second place. With regard to theology and what we mean by the word God, that is also a far second place. We are here to talk about being kind and learning to be kind to ourselves and being kind to others. And sometimes it's hard to know which one's harder to do, be kind to others or be kind to yourselves. I am joined by a group of people, and there are more people still joining. They're the people. Hi, people. Thank you for waving. Quick show of hands. How many of you is it harder to be kind to others? And for how many of you is it hard to be kind to yourself? Well, look at that.
What?
Yeah, that's an odd thing. It is harder to be kind to ourselves than it is to be kind to others. I know when I counsel people, sometimes I'll say such a thing as, if you had a friend in the situation you are currently in, would you know what to do? And the answer is often, yeah, I would be kind to that friend. A long time ago, and some of you have been with this service for a long time ago, I referred to this as a support group. And I think that that's really what this is we're here to support each other in learning that we're not alone. None of us are alone. And that being kind to ourselves, if the other people on the screen would be kind to you, you're deserving to be kind to yourself. Let me start as I do often with this card here. It says something new about last week's service, and I have something that I have that's new about from last week's service that I wanted to add in. But I always like to ask you guys to think about it. Is there something that we talked about last week or the week before that you had an aha moment to? And I want to share, I'm going to go first. My aha moment went along with the 5 stages of learning. If you do not know the 5 stages of learning and you are with us live here and you want a review, because I'm not going to go into great detail, at the end of this hour, our dear friend Maria is hosts a room called, there's Maria. Wave again, Maria. There's Maria waving. She is Maria's hosting a room called Maria's Welcome Center, and she spells center CENTRE, so just be warned. Maria's Welcome Center and Toolbox. So if you want any help with any of the tools that we're looking at, Maria has been diligently taking notes and would be glad to help you if you don't know what these are. Here's the follow-up I had. Last week we talked about that sometimes on the route towards mastery, there's this is folks, help me out. Let's just do a quickie review. Stage one was
Don't
Can't
know
do
how
it
to
at
do
all.
it.
can't do it. Stage
Can't do
two,
it. Need hints.
no,
No,
that's three.
need,
Oh,
need somebody to guide you through hand
Yeah,
holding.
you need hand holding or someone to guide you through. Stages three and four need hints, and there's a subtle difference between three and four. Three is blank, whereas four is blank.
Hints
three
from
is you need
outside is
hints from
three. Hints from
outside.
self is four.
Yeah. Hints from the outside is three, hints from yourself is four. And we added in that sometimes when you give yourself a hint, it doesn't happen live in real time. We've all had that moment where we go, oh, dang it, I should have blanked. I should have done that thing. And you give yourself a hint, but it's at the wrong time. And here was what I learned new is we're calling that now stage 4.1 plus or minus 0.2.
Yeah. Right in there is a thing that in piano teaching I use the word stop and prepare. But the thing is, you got to know exactly what point to
You have
stop
to
and prepare.
stop. Yeah. Stop and prepare. So 4.1 plus or minus 0.2. And there was
Not
some
to put
debate. Go ahead.
not to put too fine a point on it.
Well, so
Boy,
there was a debate in the group whether it was 4.3 or really should it be 3.9. And and I said, and this is the little extra learning that I have from last week, is that it doesn't really matter if you consider it 3.9 or if you consider it 4.3. As long as you're arguing about it, it means you're engaged with the material, which means you're learning it. I'm seeing a nod from Gord, who's a high school teacher, so you know what I'm talking about. Just get the just get people talking about the topic. Um, it doesn't really matter what number it is. Gord, happy birthday. You had a birthday recently, yes?
Nope, anniversary.
Anniversary. Well, we've never sang an anniversary in.
Well,
Um,
don't start now.
and we are not gonna start now. That was one other thing that I learned from last week. Last week we sang and it was beautiful and it was cacophonous, but everyone was singing wholeheartedly without trying to make it sound bad. We let Zoom do that for itself, and it was really a beautiful thing. Okay, that all being said, what's something that you picked up that you want to revisit from last week or the week before? What of any of what we've talked about is there that you want to maybe just give yourself a little extra point because
Um,
go ahead, Emily.
transformation. I always like how that how that happens.
How do we transform?
Transformation, transform, yeah,
Yeah,
into something. I
it's a
like
great
that.
question. It's a great question. Anyone else have a follow-up from last week or the week before, something you learned, keeping in mind? I see some thinkings going on your faces.
Silence reigns.
It's okay. It's all right.
I, I can
I
never
will be.
remember particular things about, well, except in the chat, there are a lot of wonderful goodbyes to Lori as well as expressions of appreciation.
Yeah. So last week we spent a lot of time talking about Lori, and that's what I want us to do today is we're going to talk about being seen. And at the end of last week, we broke into small groups. And if you weren't here, that's all right. You could be able to catch up quite easily. We broke into groups to talk about what are one or more things that we wish that other people see us as. Because we had a year with Lori, and Lori got to know a lot of us, and we got to know a lot about Lori. And last week we talked all about here are things that I noticed from you, Lori. Here are things that I learned from you. And Lori passed back a lot of things that she learned from us. And if we bring ourselves back to this, when we're talking about this, we're
Yes.
talking about seeing and being seen. It is lovely to be seen as we wish to be seen. And so let me ask you, and we didn't have a chance to follow this up from last week. How do you want to be seen? You want to be seen by other people as fill in the blank. How do you wish to be seen by other people? You wish to be seen. I wish to be seen by other people as kind. And if you want to type something into the chat, I'm going to make sure that we have the people who are on Facebook and YouTube and say hello to them. You guys can post your answers there. I want to be seen as being kind. What do you want to be seen as? If you could pick one, or
Intelligent.
intelligent,
Generous.
generous,
Compassionate.
Caring.
Willing to listen.
Honest.
Invisible.
Oh, that's a great answer there, Jack. He said visible. How do you wish to be seen? I wish to be seen but for being present.
Mm-hmm.
How else would you wish to be seen? Oh, Gord, here's one in the chat. We got patient. I hope to be seen as patient.
Reliable.
Anything missing from that list?
Accepting as in
Oh,
non-judgmental.
and I got my friend Wesley Curry II is in the chat. Thank you so much, Wesley. But I think you're in the wrong room, buddy. There was one that was just said, and I apologize. I didn't get to write it down. Help me out. Hopefully,
Accepting.
accepting. There's a four-letter word that's missing here, and it starts with L, and there's an O.
Love. Love.
We want to be seen as loved,
Mm.
lovable.
How about seen and loved?
Yes. You could mix and match. Is seen not on here? Seen is not visible. Loving. Thank you for that, Chad and John Finley. Thank you, John. Say it again, Ruth.
Loving.
Loving. Sorry. I want to try something else. Thank you for all those answers. What is the worst thing you hope you are not seen as? I'm gonna put
Selfish.
I'm gonna put in for me. I would hate for anyone to think that I'm cruel. Missy, you said selfish. You would hate
Mhm.
for anyone think that you're selfish.
Apathetic.
Uncaring.
I think it goes with pathetic.
Incompetent.
Oh,
Mm.
how many of us would hate? Come on, admit it. How many of us hate being seen as incompetent?
We all do. It's the imposter syndrome.
How about invisible?
Yeah, we hate to be seen as not seen.
Inauthentic.
inauthentic. We would hate to be seen as these things. I want to show you a little Venn diagram. And I'm going to teach you a word. Maybe I'm not going to teach it to you. Maybe you already know it. But the word mandorla, the Italian word, it means acorn. And that's this shape right here. Thank you very much. Now you all know the space in between the overlap on a Venn diagram is called the mandorla. Hooray, we learned something today.
Intersection.
Yeah, it's the intersection. So what I have found is that the category of things I would hate to be considered and things others do that piss me off.
They're the same.
Yeah, Missy. That the things other people do that piss me off. I hate seeing people who are cruel. It's also something I would hate to be considered. Boy, does people's incompetence piss me off. And I would hate to be considered that. The strong overlap between the two.
Guess who just joined?
We got friends.
Lori.
Welcome, Ray. Welcome, Lori. Hi, Alice. Hi, Justin, Chad, and Lisa. I didn't say hi to. Hi, Diana. Glad you all are here. Ah, we're going to take a detour. I'm having that moment of slight panic that I don't know what I'm doing. But here's the thing I know. I've done this enough, and I know you all enough to know that even if this is the worst service that it is, because one of them in the 277 that we've done has to be the worst, that even if this is the worst, you'll all forgive me for it. Y'all have
We
taught me
forgive you.
that. Yeah. So it's lovely to feel free forgiven. I need your helps.
I love that.
Well, first
Free
I'm going to show you
forgiven.
this.
I like that.
Where's the card? Here. So I'm out to drinks with my friend Scott and my friend Greg. And I say, folks, there was a lull in conversation. I said, what can we do to help to change the world? I feel like it's a question that needs to be answered. Like we're talking about other things, we're drinking, it's what we do. How can we change the world? And Scott posed this question. He says, what is it that capitalism won't abide? What is it that capitalism can't abide?
Not wanting more. Not
And
wanting more.
yeah, so
Yeah.
capitalism can't abide. Give me a singular word for that, Jack. Can't abide contentment.
Generosity or generosity for that matter.
Yeah. So that's where I wanted to go. Is what are the things that capitalism can't abide is generosity.
Altruism.
Altruism.
Satisfaction.
Contentment. Yeah, contentment, satisfaction.
Empathy.
Empathy. Oh my gosh. Someone just sent me a beautiful article about empathy. I think that might have been you, Diana.
That was me.
Loving others.
Yeah. What else can't capitalism abide by? I'm going to add slowness.
Right now, truth.
Truth. I'm going to add in kindness with that.
Thanks, Dan. Mhm.
Losing.
Good one.
Capi- I missed the last word that was said. I apologize.
Lo-
Patience.
Aleutians. I'm sorry. Try one more time.
Patience.
Patience.
See that?
Oh, perfect that one took 3 tries.
Losing.
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 I'm going to change that to coming in second,
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe coming in anything
but first, yeah.
other than number 1.
How about nonprofits?
Yeah, I think that goes with generosity. Now, I need help here. I wrote this, and then Ron, I'll be with you in a moment. I wrote, these are the things capitalism can't abide by. And somebody sent me an email back saying, I don't think you're using the word capitalism the way I mean the word capitalism. And I said, yeah, probably. I said, I was using the term capitalism as a placeholder for the stress to achieve no matter what the price. So I think all these things we've listed are all the things that capitalism can't abide by. But now I want to switch over to the other side. I'm going to take Ron's comment first, but I need you to help me because it's not capitalism. That's not the word that belongs on this side of the equation. These are all the things. These are all the things that I don't know that it's capitalism because the person who wrote to me said, I'm a furniture maker. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. That only works in capitalism. So I don't, it's not capitalism. Let's go to Ron and then come back to this query. Go ahead, Ron.
I just wanted to share the sticker that I have a few of.
You have to read it
It's
to
uh,
us.
it's
It's a little small.
it's a sticker with Karl Marx, and it says, "I blame capitalism."
Beautiful.
And I stick them on my computer, my laptop, and things like that.
I got
But in answer, I think that it's compassion. Capitalism is intrinsically incapable of compassion.
hold on one second. Let me get to the right screen.
At least if you listen to Milton Friedman.
Yesterday, we went for ice cream and somebody was wearing this t-shirt. And I asked if I could take a picture of them. This capitalism
can't-
is voluntary. Capitalism is voluntary.
Yeah, yeah.
How is
Oh.
capitalism different than greed?
So help me out. Would we be comfortable? This is what I want to get to. Is greed the thing? That doesn't hit it exactly for me. What is this thing that this thing that we're all against doesn't allow for any of these beautiful qualities? Help me come up with what's the name of the thing. We're not talking about capitalism. We're talking
It's
about love's on
Rabbi,
the flip side. Yes, shoot, go.
is it power?
Oh, it could be power. So if you're new here, you might note that I don't have the answer. I think we have the answer and we'll figure it out. Is it power? And power, I like. There's a great quote from Jimi Hendrix. He said, when the love of power is superseded by the power of love, then the world will know peace.
How about the fear of emptiness?
Which side of the equation do you want that on? The greed power side or the love and all the adjectives
The
side?
greed powers, it fuels those things.
Fear of death, maybe. Fear of emptiness. But that's not the thing I'm not going out to a protest protesting the fear of death. Nobody's wearing a t-shirt to Baskin Robbins that says fear of death is optional. I like
think it's
greed so far.
selfishness.
Go ahead, Gord. Selfishness.
No, I think it's selfishness. Like I agree, like the love of power piece intrigues me, but it's that me first attitude, and doesn't matter who gets hurt as long as I'm taken care of. That attitude, I think, is at the heart of what I don't like about capitalism.
Selfishness.
Yeah.
I could see that.
How about insatiable desire?
I'm not going to protest against insatiable desire. Let me add in one other comment, and then we'll go to Ray and then John. Oh, come on, boomerang thought. Have that thought come back to me. And no, it's not. Go ahead, Ray.
Well, I think in a way capitalism has got two sides.
Help me out.
Capitalism has helped us produce some of the things that we all really enjoy.
Yeah, air
But when
conditioning.
capitalism gets to the point where it's more important than
Oh,
all the
yes,
other
yes,
little
yes.
things in the world, then it gets to be a problem.
I think you're
I
right,
was
Ray.
talking to someone, and he said, the difference between you and me is you are worldist. You think about all the world. I think about me. And there
Right.
is the difference of, capitalism in itself. I
Yeah.
don't think it's necessarily bad, but it's what sort of spins off of it. I have to get everything for me instead of
Yeah.
I'm trying to do better for the world. I'm building these things for the world.
I
Not
love
I'm
that.
building for these things so that I can get more money. So I can have another Mercedes or another yacht or whatever.
And Tanisa just added in on the chat egocentrism, and I think we're getting towards a thing. And it reminds me, and then I'll get John's comment. Oh, Wesley, my dear friend who's spamming my YouTube channel. I love you, my friend. Please back down. If you're not on the YouTube channel, that's a safe place to be right now. Jesus said, right? And the quote is often missaid. Jesus never said that money is the root of evil. The quote attributed to Jesus is the love of money is the root of evil.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what we're talking. It's the love of power. It's the love of power, the love of power, the love of money, the love of self. Can we say that? John, go ahead.
The word, and I posted it too, is avarice. AVARICE.
That's great. I don't know what that word
Variously
means.
as an excessive or inordinate desire of gain, greediness for wealth, covetousness, or cupidity.
I know about stupidity. Cupidity?
Don't we all?
That word. Avarice. I love that. Only thing I don't love about avarice is that we need a definition of it.
This morning I want to go to my bank accounts to make sure that I'm not, overdrawn, not overdrawn, that's you know.
But you gotta go to your MasterCard to see if you owe them.
Yeah.
Say a little bit more, Jim. Oh, we lost Jim's audio. I had Alex. Go ahead.
What I was going to say is I was going to follow up a little bit on what Ray was saying, which is that I think we have capitalism there's degrees, right? Extreme socialism, I don't think is a good thing, because then eventually if you get to the outer edges of extreme socialism, it becomes very hard to be motivated to work, because I'm going to be really honest here and I'm going to say there's a certain amount of greed that I have. I like goodies, and but extreme capitalism is a problem too. I don't need all the goods. I just need some goods.
So what is the word that we're going for? What is the thing that I'm going in a protest? I'm not protesting capitalism. I'm protesting greed.
I think we're protesting the extreme capitalism, or the extreme wealth, the extreme abuses, the extreme suppression of others.
I think the word we're looking for there is greed.
Greed. I like greed. So I'm gonna have a
I don't think it's just greed, because I mean, if every person didn't have at least a skosh of healthy greed, you'd sit on your butt and do nothing.
Yeah. It's a total. It's when it gets out of hand.
So let me have us switch tracks, because I have something practical I want us to do. And Jim, thank you for your note. Go ahead, Maria, and then we're going to try something practical, or what I think might be practical.
I just want to reiterate that on Facebook, Shirley said the love of money as well. That came up.
Thank you, Shirley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Anne nailed it. Extreme inequality of power and or wealth, she put in the chat. I think that's right on it.
Okay, so here's what I'd like us to do. We know the thing, we might not have the exact word for it, but we know the thing that we're trying to, I don't want to say fight against, because fight's already a word of, it's not that we want to fight against, we want to take down the love of greed. We want to
struggle.
We want to educate, we want to love, we want to preach satisfaction, joy. And so what in all of this, if we do more of the things that our society is doing that's causing us troubles, if we do more of these things, can we not help bring more peace into the world? If we can have more of these things in our lives, it's a small change, but it's kind of like this. Let me go with when you get your jeans out of the dryer, that they're tighter than they were before you put them in the dryer, because the fibers shrunk up by 0.00001 of an inch, but there are so many fibers that it makes for a half inch around my leg difference. It's that tiny, tiny, tiny little bit multiplied over a long period that makes for change. And what I want to say is that if we can do more loving, if we can have more loving, we can have more hope. We can have more loving, we can have more peace. If we can do more loving, we can have less greed. Okay, Rabbi, so what's your plan? I got a plan. Glad you asked. My plan is to spend some more time on the S of SAUR, on the seeing. And I'm going to volunteer. Where's my friend Emily? Emily, can I volunteer you?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you, Emily. I know I put you a little bit on the spot, but here's how seeing goes. Emily, I'm going to tell you 3 things that I see and that I like about you. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Emily, I like your playful nature.
Thank you.
Emily, I see the love just in you that's bopping all over trying to get out in all the places that it can. Not the most poetic, but I think you understand what I'm saying. I see the love in you that's bopping all over, that's trying to get out.
Mhm.
And I see in you delightful curiosity. Emily,
Thank
can
you.
I ask you one other question? Would you mind if I took 3 comments from the crowd of things that they see about you?
I would like that.
Okay. And the answer no is always acceptable and allowed. But do I have 3 volunteers? Put your hands up if I got a volunteer of something you can tell Emily about herself. I see I got 1 volunteer already. Thank you. 2, 3. Let's stop there. Ann Swanson, talk to Emily.
Emily, I see you completely authentic. I admire and I love the authenticity in you.
Emily, you
Thank
know
you.
what to do when you get a compliment, right?
Swallow. I'm swallowing.
Okay. Alex?
I see a woman who is incredibly determined and smart, who achieves great things with just only one person.
Thank you.
And
Swallow.
Ron? Thank you, Emily.
Emily, I see in you who I aspire to be as I age.
Thank you.
Last week, we spent a lot of time talking about Lori and focusing on one person that we all knew. And I thought maybe we could spend some time today talking about you and other people. Now, this is going to be Emily, you doing all right? Let me just check in on you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hanging in there.
Okay. Overwhelmed by the
Breathe.
love?
Mm-hmm. Breathe.
Good. So let me ask you, and folks, this is a really brave ask. No, the ask isn't brave. The response is really brave. The response, the ask is, would you like that too? Would you like done for you what we just did for Emily?
Yeah.
Sure.
I got some yeses there.
Yeah.
Who's willing?
Yes.
Okay, let's start
Hey,
with Greg.
Candace.
Okay, we're gonna start with Greg and then we'll go to Candace. Greg, you ready, buddy?
Yep.
Greg, what I like about you is that you don't lap your mouth. You only say when you got a thing to say, and when you say it, it's worth listening to.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I got someone else who can give a compliment towards what do you got for Greg? Go ahead, Maria.
What I like about you, Greg, is your willingness to share your very personal story, very openly and honestly, sort of thing. So I truly like that about you.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Go ahead, Candace.
Greg, one thing I like and have admired about you is in your slow climb back from health and back to health. It was a long stretch, but I never saw you actively discouraged or I mean, I'm sure there were times you were depressed and wondering if this ever was going to end, but you just kept a steady step and waited until you were all better, which you seem to be now. And I just think that says a lot about your maturity and perseverance and some help you have around, you know, with from your wife, I think. So you're just a real stick to it guy, and I'm
Thank
glad
you,
it had such great results.
Thank you.
You doing all right there, Greg?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Thank you for volunteering yourself.
My pleasure.
Before we continue, and we'll take Candace on, just do a little check-in on yourself. How are you doing in this? Is this weird for you? Is this something like a moth to a flame, like you want it so badly, but you're afraid it's going to burn your wings off? How does this strike you? This is not a thing that we do. We don't do this in this world. And I, starry-eyed dreamer that I am, thinks that the more, if we could see each other for who we really are, we would spend less time at Costco. If we saw each other for who we really are, we'd stop talking about, oh, I downloaded the coolest app. Or did you see this TV show? Those are all fine things to talk about, and we need stuff. You got to go shopping, but we're trying to fill the hole with the wrong stuff. All right, Candace, you ready, my friend?
Yep.
I feel like I'm about to launch a roller coaster. You got the safety bars in place? You all right?
Okay, I got
Candace,
the safety part now. Yeah.
Candace, one thing I like about you is you have a I don't give a shitness if I get it exactly right or not.
Mm.
I like that about you. I like your unpolished is not the right word. Your honesty. Your honesty with who you are and how you are in the world. Some acknowledgement like a thank you, Candace. Yeah, okay, good. And then we'll see. Does someone else got something to say about Candace? What do you got?
Candace, I see in you a person who is compassionate and caring and nurturing, and that you put others not necessarily before you, especially cats, not necessarily before you, but you permit them to share your life in your space. And
Amen.
that's a beautiful thing.
Amen.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you.
I'm going to open something up, which is that Candace and Greg and Emily, this is very public forum. If you would like, at the end of this hour, which is coming in about 15 minutes, and we go to small breakouts, if you want a personal from me and whoever else shows up, I'm going to spend the first 5-10 minutes of Rabbi's Corner, Rabbi's Room, whatever that room is. Come there and I'll tell you who I see when I see you. And you don't have to be in this giant public setting if you want to be in a more intimate, closed closed door kind of place where we're not getting spammed on YouTube. That all being said, is I got Maria. I think this would be an all right time for us to do some prayers.
Okay. These are the people to whom we are sending light and love. Alex and John, Bill and Karen, Reed, Sheridan H., Arwa Lane Hill, Ebony, Beth Carney, and Brenda. If there is another person in our community to whom we can offer light and love, please put their name in the chat and I will add them to the list on Facebook. And for the people who aren't named but who are in our thoughts, we send them light and love as well.
These are people on, yes, these are people on Saturday.
I have a few announcements to make. Some of you might be familiar with this one. Anybody need to say this one aloud so they can hear themselves say it?
It's okay not to be okay.
Thank you, Ron. It's okay not to be okay. If you're having a hard time, yeah, I get it. I have hard times too. We all do. And it's okay to just be okay. It's even okay to be kind of shitty. Some other announcements. We have a Religion Outside the Box support group if you want to be in touch with somebody. If you are a caregiver, and a caregiver in your life and you want support of other people too, if you look in the chat, there's a link to the OU2 group. You can join them. We also have a Shekinah group, Shekinah being an ancient feminine manifestation of God or idea of God. If you want to talk about esoteric things like the God word, we have a group and you can sign up for that in the chat. And if you are new and haven't ever been to a group before, go to Maria's Welcome Century. That was my little Canadian joke.
Century or center?
Well, you're spelling it R-E, so I figure you mean it to be said that way. Centre.
Center.
Okay. Please
Canadian.
join Maria, and if you have any questions about any of these tools that you want, or you just want to say hello to Maria and her fabulous red hair, please go there. We also have a
We're
deep
going to have
dive.
some good flavor to it. There'll be good flavor to it.
Good flavors. Thank you.
With a U.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Oh,
I'm
deep
sorry.
dive group is going to be going. John Finley, you're up for running that today? Thumbs up. Thank you, buddy. And we also have a sharing care group. So if you just want to be in the main group with Bob, wave your hands so we know who you are. Bob is going to be running that in the main group. Okay. Any announcements? Oh, and there's a poetry room that Ron, thank you. Welcome back, poetry. Ron runs a poetry room and he tries to keep it on theme for what we talked about today. But as I don't always know what we're talking about, until we're talking about it. Ron follows the plan that I had, and sometimes it's closer and further from the poems that he's pre-selected. Go ahead, Ron.
I caught up with you when you, so I have poems starting with "Oh, to be seen."
Oh, good. The synchronicity is working. Okay. Let me take a look at all your gorgeous faces. And I have a quote to share with y'all. I think this is some solace. Oops, hold on. Wrong screen. Oh no. Now I've done it. Here's a quote. Someone needs who you're becoming. Don't quit. Two other things. One is to show you this. This is from Trua, which is a rabbinic call to human rights. There was just this distinction that Rabbi Jill Jacobs made that I thought was so on point that I wanted to bring it up. Holding Israel accountable isn't anti-Semitic. Harming Jews is. Thought that was a beautiful way of making a distinction. Okay, and then my last one. I wanted to read a poem today because I got myself a little serious. And there's nothing wrong with serious. We're talking about serious things, but there's also got to be a little bit of space for joy. This is from Hafiz, and it's called Tripping Over Joy. And he says this: what is the difference between your experience of existence and that of a saint? The saint knows the spiritual path is a sublime chess game with God, and that the beloved has just made such a fantastic move that the saint is now continually tripping over joy and bursting out in laughter, saying, I surrender. Whereas, my dear, I'm afraid you still think you have 1,000 serious moves. I'm thinking of this as both and. We have a civilization to save, and sure we do. And we can do it by having more love, by seeing people as they are, by being compassionate to ourselves. We can do all these things. But it's also, while it's our life's work, it's not a life sentence. We're allowed to still be light and have a little bit of joy. I think, now that I'm saying it, that's another thing that, what did we decide to call capitalism? Avarice and overzealous greed. Overzealous greed does not have joy. Help me out, because that's a new thought I'm having here.
Yeah, it's true.
Rabbi, I wanted to say before when you were talking about the person who said, what does capitalism mean because I make furniture? But I was thinking that if you make something with love and you charge what it's worth, then you're not, that's not a bad thing.
Correct. That was why she called me out on making. It's not all of capitalism that's bad.
No, it's not capitalism. It's the greed around capitalism that's bad.
Yeah. Thank you, Lori.
Who is that masked woman?
Who has
Secret
changed the
shopper.
color of her hair?
Yeah. Well, folks, I'm going to take another moment to look at all of your faces here. And I'm going to encourage you to look at all the faces that are here too. And in a real Mr. Rogers way of breaking the fourth wall, look at the people who are here as though you're looking at people who are sitting across the table from you. And know that in this world, in this crazy world, filled with greed, that there are these beautiful people like you who are in the world trying to make it a better place for all of us. And as it seems appropriate, I'd like to ask for an amen.
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 I'm going to stop the recording now because it feels like the right time to do that. I remember how to do that. And then we'll start on small groups a little bit sooner. All right. Wave goodbye to all the people on the recording. Everybody watching later. Thank you all for joining
Bye.
on YouTube and Facebook.